And I think that if we can give ourselves grace, like you said, to get it wrong, and if that is accompanied by this experience of then figuring out how we can do it differently or better the next time, then I think that's the triumph. I think that that's our win in life. If we can get it wrong, like I said, I have a regret, right? And there's nothing I can do about, handling it differently with my mom, but I certainly can do it differently if I'm faced with, God forbid, a similar situation or anything like that, where I can show up in a different way and I can always learn and I can always grow. And just like I hope the world gives most of the population I work with grace, where I see, I think people, uh, a lot of people I work with are sometimes isolated or misunderstood and not appreciated or valued. And I think I always say my thing is I think we're on this planet to connect in with other humans, to feel heard and to feel valued. So we can be imperfect, we can give ourselves grace, and we can walk through this world with our head held high and know that we'll do better tomorrow if we can.
I love that. I love the word grace, and I always tell people, I tell my friends, and I tell my kids, and I tell my family, is just be more gentle with yourself, just be a little more gentle with yourself and other people. It's not a battle, we're not here to just fight it all out. And especially with yourself, I like the word grace. Give yourself some grace, give other people grace. Just be a little kinder to yourself. It's tough enough out there, right? We don't need to beat ourselves up all the time.
Lots are doing it for us. We don't need to, get on that bandwagon for sure.
Yeah. And I love what you're doing because it's true. When I see people around my grandson or when I see people around, Scott, who I just love Scott, they're uncomfortable. They don't know how to react or they don't know how to interact or what to say to the parents, and it could be very uncomfortable when it doesn't need to be.
I mean,
It doesn't need to be uncomfortable.
treat everyone like you would treat everyone else. It's like
Yeah.
you want to say hi, say hi, and if it doesn't, but people don't know. And I also give people grace who don't know. And I, like somebody who said, well, autism didn't exist before. And I was like, it has probably always, but I give that person grace. I'm not trying to humiliate them or make them feel like it was a silly question. Like I want everyone to feel valued. And so if that helped that person learn something new because I was able to share it in a polite and respectful way, then that's a win.